Okay, in this video, I'm gonna talk about nuts. So, not the nuts that you eat, but the nuts that you use to secure your screws. So, there's different types of nuts, but the general idea of using nuts is if you have plates and you don't have any threads, but you have a through hole instead, you could use a nut to have the screw secure something. Okay, so there's different types of nuts that you might be dealing with. You have a hex nut where the screw can go all the way through. You have a lock nut, which has like this little like rubber piece or some other, not rubber, but like some other material that holds it. And then it's good for like preventing vibration. You have like a flange nut, which pretty much has like a washer. We'll talk about washers later, but this has like a washer essentially, so it can like distribute the pressure. You have coupling nuts, which could connect like different threads to your main screw. You have a cap nut, which might like cap the ends of a thread. You have thumb nuts, which you could like turn with your hand. You have a square nut, which won't spin if you have like channels on the side, for example. So these are all like panel nuts and square nuts. These are all like flatter type of nuts. You have socket nuts, which you could use a socket for. There's like tamper resistant nuts that's like hard to loosen up. You need like special tools to remove it. You have a push button nut, disengage the threads to quickly slide along threaded rods. You have split nuts, swivel to attach at any point on a threaded rod for a quick installation. And you have a bunch of other type of nuts. So you could look through the catalog here, and there's like nuts for extrusions. But yeah, so these are pretty much the main nuts. We'll just take a look at the standard hex nut. So let's say we're looking at inch one, maybe a number 632. I'm gonna open that up and let's go ahead and download the part. So we'll put it in our nuts folder and save it. And we will also find a screw that's 632. Okay, so we have a 632, and let's go ahead and make this a 3/4 inch screw, which is kind of long, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and download this as well. So let's open that up. So we have a nut here. This was our previous assembly that we're not gonna use. Not gonna use this. Okay, and then the other thing we downloaded was this guy here. So we have our screw, right? So as a quick example of how to use it, we're just gonna create a plate. Gonna sketch a plate here. And we'll make this say 0.5 inches. So we're gonna go ahead and go to Hole Wizard, and here we're using inches, and it's a screw clearance, and we're using a number 6 screw. So you could choose a fit. There's like a close, normal, or loose fit. I'm just gonna go with normal. And then you can set the position here and hit OK. I'm gonna save this, call this plate, go to our nuts folder. Okay, so this is our plate here. And then we're gonna go ahead and make an assembly from our part. So we're gonna put in our plate, put in our screw, and put in our nut. So we could go ahead and assemble this. And you should see. We'll mate this face to that face. And then nuts are a little bit weird to mate, but you could try to choose like one of the circle features. And then I'm going to choose a hole instead of the screw, so it makes it easier. And then I can mate this face to that face. Okay, and then if we take a look in the cross-section view, you can see how our assembly looks like. So notice, unlike the threaded case, Here with with the nuts, this hole is it's not touching the screw, right? Because we want it to pass through, and then the nut here will hold the screw in here in place together. So you might have something in between that you're holding, for example, but here I'm just showing you directly a screw onto a plate. Okay, so that's how you would assemble everything in SolidWorks. All right, so if you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.